Lotta Mozes, and Josh Wood.
Hello. So the objective of our study is to use sleep data to train a neural network in predicting the onset of neurodegenerative diseases.
Okay, so looking at a background for this project, this will be looking at sleep therapy patients and their data. So sleep therapy involves patients using primarily CPAP and BiPAP machines. These machines make sure that patients have a continuous supply of air as they sleep, which prevents sleep apneas and other sleep disorders. But at the same time, these machines are connected to the internet and they record data every single night. They're recording a wide variety of data each and every night, from pressure statistics, restless limb movement, spontaneous arousals, and the amount of sleep each night, which means that this data is comprehensive and it's, again, being recorded every single night. At the same time, many of these patients have been using their CPAP or BiPAP machines for 10 or more years, which means that for a subset of patients, there's both comprehensive and longitudinal data, which we can analyze. In terms of raw numbers, around 8 million people in the US use CPAP machines, and these machines, the use of these machines are increasing 8 to 9% each year. 8 million is around 15% of the total population over the age of 65, which means that this type of project, it becomes more relevant every single year, and the use of machine learning allows us to analyze this data in a way that we could not have 10 or 20 years ago manually. So this project is more relevant now more than ever. Now, what the current research tells us is that sleep disorders are clearly a symptom of neurodegenerative diseases. We have that proof. However, there's still not enough research or data to prove that sleep disorders can help predict the early onset of these neurodegenerative diseases. A cohort study finds that sleep quality could be a risk factor in using machine learning to predict these disorders. However, there's not yet a proof of concept model that has been used and tested before.
So in regards to our methodology, we determined that to get the most comprehensive glimpse into this data set, we're going to use descriptive data within an observational study. We'd be sourcing all of our information from patients ages 65 and up using sleep therapy devices. Our experimental group will be those who go on to develop an ND or a neurodegenerative disease, and our control group will be those who have not. We can further even split the experimental group to include individual diseases, including Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Huntington's, as these are most common. Upon gathering all of this information, we can input it into a neural network, utilizing either a logical or numerical regression. That being said, this will train the neural network to pick up on certain patterns within circadian rhythms and other key pieces of information. After training the neural network, we can then test the machine to see if these predictions will be accurate through a much smaller sample size that we can obtain repetitively over a time span. So ultimately, we will be able to get the most accurate prediction through a long series of tests.
So the significance of our study. Tens of millions of people suffer from some form of neurodegenerative disease, and the most common of these are Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. In recent years, the enormity of these diseases has become increasingly clear, with Alzheimer's affecting 1 in 10 people aged 65 or over. If we can obtain an accurate machine learning model, we'll be able to more effectively predict the onset of these diseases. This will allow for earlier diagnoses, as well as help us provide patients with better preventative measures in slowing their cognitive decline. Ultimately, our study will not solve the issue of treating neurodegenerative diseases, but its effort in predicting them earlier is crucial to the treatment process. Thank you.
Thank you.